RB is our alpha spawn, so we will push this button and get on into the game. All right, Zath, we've seen RB play this map, but I think they played it from the... No, they played it from the north spawn last time. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. So, what do they got cooking?
All right, well, RB is bringing with them a Delny, a Trump, a Z52, a Salem, a Castilla, a Haunlu, and a Burgonia.
Ooh, you like Burgonia.
I do. I like it quite a bit. You know who else likes it? Clyde. What do we have to the south, Raptor?
Hang on one sec. Okay. Let's see what's cooking here for ELSR. It's our first time seeing them this event. Down here at the bottom end of the map in red, we're looking at a 4 destroyer lineup, a nice cross section. I've got Dog Punches Kleber going for gun reload and Dazzle, the improved Dazzle. Attilio Regulo, that's Professor Luger. We saw, who did they play? CN took Regulo on this map yesterday, I think against RB. I'll be curious to see. He's taking gun range, though.
Yes, he has.
Ayase's Ragnar, an excellent pick, always, and why one of the reasons she's so expensive. In fact, that Ragnar is the single most expensive ship in the entire ELSR lineup.
That's right.
Ziyang's Lushun, also fielding Dazzle, headed towards the middle of the board. You lose defense. We're starting to see a little more of this one creep in here. Tsuki's Howden Liu running, unique upgrade. And at the very back, Nanase's Castilla. I don't see anything there particularly makes me go, okay. There we go. Yep. So, no battleship for ELSR up against a Burgonia on the opposing side.
Now, ELSR is a destroyer-favored team. Like, they prefer destroyer comps, I should say. So, I mean, it makes sense that they've got 4 destroyers that they run around with. Historically, we've seen them do wolf packing, where say 3 destroyers work together, and their whole idea is to find one destroyer and just demolish it before it can even, pop a smoke or turn and run. So we'll have to see if they do that again, as the Regulo, Ragnar, and Kleber seem like that's their goal.
Well, and I'm thinking that the Zed, Delny, and Trump here of RB have a little bit of that in mind themselves as they prowl the top end of the middle of the board, headed over towards A. Poor Ziyang's Lushun might be the only ship that they encounter, and given we talked a lot about this yesterday, right? Lushun does get a heal, but it doesn't. It's a very slow and steady heal. Burst damage easily punches through a Lushun.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And so, I mean, I think it's gonna. I think the question is gonna be timing. If you look at how Lu and Salem and Burgonia, they're going behind this big island right now. So if the Lucian gets detected now, their guns are not in the fight. And I think he's about to be detected.
Well, let's see. We've got Z52 Hydro up and looking. Lucian's Hydro is similarly up.
Yep, Venn diagram on the water.
In. Yep, those torpedoes coming in on the Lucian are spotted, so they can... They know there's destroyers down there. Let's put it that way.
Well, radio location is a thing. And Lucian, of course, has deep waters, so, I mean, they're not going to hit anything.
So just like that, Angel Sama's Delny gets a little bit of chip damage to the Lucian. Those deep waters are literally meaningless for these destroyers. They can just sit here and wave at them as they pass under the hull. Quick double cap there from Delny and Z52. Just like that, RB out to an early lead.
Yep, very strong early positioning. I like the idea of just, we're going to go grab it. It did put them at risk if they ran into, say, all 4 of ELSR's destroyers at once, but they didn't.
Yeah, I like it too.
Look on the 8 line. You've got Luger smoking so that Ayase's Ragnar can shoot for free. But a little bit disjointed. The Ragnar's a little bit behind the smoke.
Yeah, Ragnar is behind. It's going to draw some Castilla fire here, but it's AP coming down the throat. A little bit of chip damage there. Nothing outrageous, although Ayase does have torpedoes off his bow. Looks like he's got an easy gap. Just got to wind his way through there.
Yeah,
and there he goes. Now, yesterday, if you remember, we saw RB and CN play this map, and RB made a very similar strat, right? They took a whole bunch of ships like they were going to go swing out of Thunderdome. Their opponents pushed heavy up the side of the map. And then RB had to turn around and come back and react, and they reacted very well, as I recall. Do I have the
they
teams
won that
backwards
game
on
yeah.
that one? They won that game, didn't they?
They won
that's
that
what
game.
I thought. That's what I thought. So we're seeing sort of the same thing again, but I'll say this. ELSR is on top of these guys faster than we saw CN get on top of RB yesterday.
Well, and part of that is because we're looking at destroyers that are inherently... Ayase just
Ragnar.
gets smashed.
Yeah, Ragnar getting chunked.
And caught Bowen, by the way. So that's a very bad situation because now he's got to turn somehow. It's not going to happen.
Nope.
And there's first blood for RB.
Between the Trump and the Bergonia and the Salem and everybody else, RB is down a ship just like that. I'm sorry, excuse me, ELSR down a ship just like that.
Yes. The difference for yesterday was we saw larger ships, which take longer to get in position. We saw the Henris, for example. I think there was a double Henri push. What are you chuckling about over there?
Did you see that Howden Liu strike going in on Little Lemon Salem?
I think I caught a little bit of it on the screen, yes.
So, of course, you have to remember Salem, of course, does not get hydro, is forced to take defensive fire.
And
so Lemon has nothing else to use it on. He used it, and that Howden Liu airstrike disintegrated. Not a single bomb fell out of that.
Wow. That's interesting to think about, right? Could that be a counter to Howden Liu? Here it goes again, but Defense Vantair is down right now.
Well, but now the Howden Liu's defensive fire is ticking, right?
Aha,
and
I mean,
they're gonna shred 2/3 of this strike before a single bomb even comes out of it.
That's interesting.
A little
Historically,
bit of chip damage.
Yeah. Bigger chip damage.
Good AP. Good AP out of this Castilla. Nice salvo from the Nase.
He was ready for that.
He was looking for that shot. He took advantage of it. So now Xinjiang's Lu Xun finally backed up by Yulu's defense here in mid. Lu Xun making his play.
And that's a good play. I mean, get into A, prevent them from taking it. I think it makes perfect sense.
They kind of sucked the team back towards the B cap. That's been successful. And having done that, now they caught up on ships, but they're you can't let those caps tick too long. So they're basically like, okay, let's not do it. And now they've moved the defense in. While the Bergonia, back on the B line, can't really impact anything but this destroyer chase, the Kleber and the Regalo here, as they run towards the edge of the map.
Right. ELSR is also rotating the Nase's Castilla, and I think that could very well be a decisive rotation. We'll have to see in a few minutes.
I do like the play. I also like, they kind of took Tsuki's Howden Liu, pulled him up in those islands, kind of pointing him back towards mid. Now, if they're not careful, they're going to lose Luger's Regalo here, who's still caught either firing or on radar. In fact, he's still firing. I think he's accepted his death, Zaf.
He's on fire now, and I don't like the decision to just say, well, I'm dead, and then Jesus take the wheel. But
yeah,
oh well.
I'm not a huge fan of the play, but that's where we're at. Dog punches Kleber getting into a gunfight with Yamao Z52, getting some good damage in, but Yamao's basically said, nah, let's smoke up and be done with that.
It's one of the powers. It's one of the things I love about Z52, the ability to smoke, the ability to hydro. It's such a great utility destroyer.
ELSR grabs A, but it's not enough at the moment. At the moment, RB will edge them out in time because of their ship lead. That kill on the Regalo puts RB in the driver's seat.
Yeah, by a total of like 20 seconds.
Yeah, by about 20 to 25 seconds. So that's not going to hold, but that's where we're at right now.
Correct. Now you've got the defense coming in for ELSR. I don't like this decision because he's got a Salem, a Delny, a Howden Liu, and the Dutch air strikes coming in as well. All on him. He needs to make Inky and back up or something.
I'm a little surprised. Defense's smoke is about to come up.
There it is.
Yep. There it is. I was like, he has to be using it soon. There it is.
Yep. So this is opportunity to back off. Castilla and Nanase now pushing forward, trying to back off RB so that his teammate can maybe survive.
Woo!
But he's on, 2 fires?
He's on 3 fires now,
he's burning
actually.
out. Yeah, he's going to burn out.
He's going to burn out.
DCP
There's no way. Nope. Yuli taking a little bit of an aggressive position there, but the Howden Liu's making him pay for it. Or was it? Yeah, that was the Howden Liu strike, not a Tromp strike. Just like that, ELSR now down 2 ships, trying to hold on to the caps, but it's not. That's not good enough. RB about to take up over 900 points.
Yeah, at this point, RB's like, fine, we'll take this little corner. Okay.
Nanasi's Castilla doing more good work, slapping Angel Sama's Delny for some good HE right there.
Yep, saw that.
I think Nanasi's going for a torpedo strike on the Salem.
I mean, you have to, at this point, you got to make the, big plays. Speaking of big plays, look at Lu Xun right there. Oosh.
Oh my God. If they kill Zi Yang here, this is over. That's seconds. They're going to get him, I think.
That was a huge Salem shot. Well, go on, kill him already.
He's still lit. Now ticking his little trickle heel. They do get some shells in. Here comes the Bergonia salvo. It overshoots.
And the thing is,
wow.
Nope. He goes dark.
All right, here comes the Castilla. Salem.
There goes the Castilla.
This. Yeah, he's not. I don't think he's going to survive to make this play. Nope. So we trade ships. The Z-52 does finally die over here. So again, ELSR not completely out of the game if they pick up some critical kills. And they might get it here on the Tromp. Tromp's still lit. Howden Liu's guns like, keep running, I'm reloading. They can kill the Tromp in time.
He's out-turning his guns. Suki is out-turning his guns.
52 hit points for the Tromp.
Okay.
Got him.
Secondary kill.
ELSR buys some more time. Only 1 ship down right now. And now, Zad, actually look at the timer. Now they win.
Now they win by seconds. Yeah.
They win by like 3 or 5 seconds. I can't imagine that's going to hold, though.
I mean, 3 ships. 2 of them are like a quarter HP. All 3 of them are at a quarter HP or lower.
Suki getting dunked by the Bergonia AP.
And the thing is, they know as well, right? They know we just have a little bit to go. Boy, is Suki lucky that Revenge's reload booster was used earlier.
Well,
or is
I think
he?
it's going to come down to this close pass. Yep. This is not an engagement you have to be excited about. I mean, you can't be excited about this because as soon as the salvos go in, he's dead, just like that.
That's it.
Now, the Tromp does step onto the B-cap, but it's going to cost him his ship, probably. Dog punch on 250 HP. When he goes down, that's the game. They haven't hit him yet. There it is.
Ta-da!
Wow. ELSR pushing hard, not quite able to come back here in game 1.
Yep. Wild first game. It's a wild
that
first
was
game.
wild for sure. My chat correctly pointed out that I was lying about Salem. You can actually have Hydro, but you have to give up the radar, which is why you almost never see it.
Yeah. It's Hydro or radar, correct. You're stuck with defensive anti-air.
I forgot that. That's my fault. I always forget that. Yeah, defensive fire is the one you can't get rid of. Yeah, okay. All right, well, let's come back to this screen. There we go. RB up a game. Hello, come on.
RB up a game. We already have a result for TWA Resin. TWA won their first game against Resin. And we don't see much else in just yet. We are doing the winner's bracket, and then after the winner's bracket, we do the loser's bracket, and then we come back up to the winner's bracket, looks like.
Yeah, because in the second round there is no winner's bracket, right? You start today with 8 games in the winner's bracket, and 8 games in the loser's bracket, right? And then we start the things start whittling down, as I recall.
Right. Yeah, I'm looking at the tournament page. So we've got it's 8 o'clock, 8:20 now, and then 9:15 is the losers bracket ones that we have. We grabbed KSC versus CL, if I remember right, and then we're going back up to the winners bracket to figure out. I don't remember which. I think we went the bottom, right? So whoever wins this versus whoever wins ATFD versus Rain.
Correct. Whoever wins this series that we're casting now, we're going to see them again later in the stream.
Right.
I'm going to turn on my fan. It's a little warm. Supposed to have a bunch of thunderstorms this afternoon. I'm kind of glad that streams this morning, because I think by the time the weather sets in, I'll be off the air, at least for this part anyway.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Raptor, do you have the ability to pull up the World of Warships webpage, the Warship Masters one? I can link you the direct if you need it.
Yeah, no, I had it.
Okay.
Earlier. I've got it in my stream as well. Hold on a minute. World of Warship. There it is. Yeah, I got it. What you need?
Okay. So we had a lot of talk yesterday during the after party, obviously right after the stream was over, talking about the drops. A lot of people were confused. A lot of people were frustrated. As it is, you have to watch a certain amount of time to get your drops. And thank you very much for choosing my channel or Raptor's channel to get your drops. Remember, we do have giveaways going. You can go and check out both of our channels and double your chances of winning. Anyway, so yesterday, there were a lot of people that were frustrated because they missed the drops yesterday. And I want to point something out. If you missed the drops yesterday, you missed out on, 15 flags.
Some flags.
15 signal flags. I mean, honestly, we're not talking about a lot. That's not a big deal. Think of this weekend as your way to figure out the drop system and make sure that you have it down pat. Because if you ask me, the more important drops are next weekend. And day one of next weekend, you get that awesome paid actor flag, which you used to only get from one little mission chain that they had like 3 or 4 months ago. And
is that what that is? Is that what that's the paid actor flag? Oh,
that's the paid actor
I love
flag.
That.
That's the paid actor flag, which I put on all of my ships, right? It's
that's
an awesome
amazing.
Flag. So you want that. I don't care about the commander. I don't know who that is or whatever.
He looks very regal. He's very British. Go ahead.
British, yes. And then there's also the mystery drop. Let's be real. 90% of y'all are getting 2,000 coal. Whatever. Think of it as just something added bonus that you have on the side, okay? But to me, the big thing is the paid actor flag. And then day 2, this is even more important. You get some economic boosters, whatever. You get a Warship Masters 24 flag. Again, whatever. I'd rather have the paid actor flag. But you get a special super sexy camo for the St. Vincent, everybody. Now, we can't show you this camo because it's not in the client yet. This comes, the next patch releases coming Wednesday. And I'm sure it'll be added to the client with that next patch. So to me, that's what it's all about, is this weekend, figure out the drops, make sure it's working for you so that you can get the good stuff next weekend. And please stay around. Please stay here. But
hold the phone. Don't change that channel.
That's right. Don't change that channel. Stay here.
Don't touch that dial. That's a phrase that no longer has any meaning and hasn't for a long time, right? No dials on televisions anymore. Yeah.
Nope.
Those were the days. Did you have a TV with a dial growing up, Zath?
Oh yeah, I had several.
Oh yeah, I did too. Mom and Dad, at one point, I don't know why, Mom and Dad had bought this little 3-inch black and white TV. So the screen is like this.
Yep.
But the actual box size of the whole thing is like this, right? It's fairly beefy. It's about this thick and about this square with a handle. You could carry it around. And I remember as a kid, at one point, Mom had that like in her sewing room or in the kitchen or something, and eventually she got herself like a proper 12-inch color television. Whoa, right? and I, at like the age of 8, was bequeathed the little black and white television to keep on my dresser in my bedroom. I had a little tiny TV in my bedroom. This was amazing. But the front of it was all the dials, right? Your base channels you could get 1 to 13 or whatever.
Yep.
Damn, I'm old.
So I'm a couple years behind you, as we know, at least you and I. And so for me, I came right at the end of that. Okay, so like the TV that I remember growing up with was a larger color TV, but it did have the dials on the side. It was also one of the first ones that had the remote control. And I learned very early, you don't touch the remote control. Ever.
That's Dad's remote control, kids.
That's Dad's remote control, exactly. And when Dad's not here, it's Mom's remote control.
That's
so you
exactly
never touch
right.
that dial. So yeah. But I remember all those days and the old antenna, and then cable TV swept the nation and stuff, and that was crazy times.
Yep. All right, both teams are here. Both teams are ready, Zath. I think we're about to get game 2 as we head to Hotspot.
Fair enough.
I'm excited to see what these guys do with Hotspot. We have not seen RB play Hot. We haven't seen either of these teams play Hotspot. We have seen several other teams play Hotspot over the course of the event, and that should be entertaining.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, chat coming in saying, that they prefer a Hydra on a Salem. I do too. I don't like radar in Salem, but in a competitive environment, sometimes you need that extra little oomph of that radar, even though the duration's nowhere near as long.
We talk about when you and I cast King of the Sea. You see a lot of Des Moines. Des Moines, an excellent cruiser, very nice, very utilitarian, great with that 10-kilometer radar.
Mm-hmm.
But with some of these cap configurations and how quickly these games play in these little 7v7 matches, I think there's a very valid case to be made for a radar, even on a Hydro Salem, just because you're going to get some value out of whatever you plug into that slot.
Of course. It really just depends on how you use the ship.
Yep. All right, we're still on the reverse spawns.
Yep.
So, as we head into game number 2, Zath, what's RB got cooking here in green?
RB up to the north of Hotspot has with them a Yu Yang. That is a smoke Yu Yang with a smoke build to boot. A Z42 instead of 52. Another Yu Yang. This is also a smoke Yu Yang. Not so much
smoke Yangs.
Yeah. Our first time this tournament seeing a Wushta.
Wushta
with heavy HE, which makes sense. You've got Goliath, a Colbert, and a Brisbane. No battleships this time for RB.
No battleships on either team, sinking most of their 100 points, full 20% of them into Revenge's Brisbane. ELSR on the back foot, down a game here. Their first game loss in the event, I might point out. They swept through the NA bracket yesterday undefeated, dropping game 1 here in day 2 to RB off the Chinese server. Coming into game 2, fielding a Clausewitz. Oh, yeah. double Henri Quatre, splitting those up. 1 west, 1 east. Suki back in the Howden Liu, fronted by 3 destroyers. Nanase now in a Lushun. Dog Punch also in a Lushun. Xiang in a Ragnar.
They didn't get too much use out of the Ragnar last game.
Didn't feel like it, no.
A little bit too far in front, and they tried to do the smoke push tactic, but they were a little off on positioning. So perhaps they're going for more of kind of a soloist lineup, right? Like we don't need to coordinate as much. We just play our game, we play our ship, and we just do well, which is fair. Nothing wrong with that.
All right, now I'm gonna pick your brain for a minute because you retain some of these facts a little better than I do. Z42 doesn't get the long-range German Hydro, right? She only gets 5-kilometer Hydro?
Yes, I believe so. Let me double check. She has 6-kilometer Hydro.
Okay, so she does get the 6-kilometer Hydro, but Lushun is only 5-kilometer Hydro.
Lushun is 5.5.
Okay, she's 5.5. Okay. So there is a Hydro advantage here for the Z42 at Charlie.
Correct.
Okay, got it.
Just a slight one, but it is there, yes.
Now, Dog Punch's Lushun bumping into this cap early, taking a very smart position. It's wide in the open, but it's an easy escape. A lot of times we see players set up behind this island from the south side, and getting out is challenging. He's basically like, look, I'm in a Lushun. I know I can survive this as long as I don't get dev struck. I'm just going to chill, get the cap, and then bail.
Well, so this particular map, the north side, is safer to go in. You've got this higher cliff, and you can hang behind it. Competitive teams by now have figured out ways to obviously counter that. But from the south, you don't have that same kind of coverage. So Dog Punch has to make a choice. You either back in like where he is, or you have to make your way to the middle island at Foxtrot Echo 8 and try to cap from the south side there. But, I mean, that's really tough to do as well.
Things not starting well for Little Lemon's Whoosh over here on the 10 line, getting picked up by Nanase's Lushun and immediately getting focused by Henri, Howden Liu, and Clausewitz. Angel Sama's Yu Yang smoking to screen his teammate there, but Little Lemon under half HP already.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I mean, the whole point of a Wushta is to take out any sort of destroyer and something that maybe is camping in smoke, for example, like the Clausewitz, the Henri. But he'll be okay. It'll rub out most of it.
They can buff that right out, Zaf. No problem.
That's right. That's right. Just put some JB Weld on. They'll be fine.
That's right. Now, ELSR pushes both the Clausewitz and one of the Henris all the way to the extreme map edge. They use the island to give them a little bit of a marker, a little bit of cover as they turn. But it looks like they're going to decline to keep pushing north as they catch a glimpse of Renown's Colbert cutting back towards the sea cap. Z42 of Yakias all into the top of that cap now as well.
Yeah, I think what RB is trying to do is bait ELSR into a charge north, and Renown's Colbert was supposed to be the door that swings shut. But he just got detected, so I think the gig is up there. But still, ELSR is in a bad position because they're kind of stuck right now in that corner. Lemon's still getting shot at on fire again now. His DCP is available.
Speaking of bad positions, Ziyang's Ragnar in the middle, caught out on Brisbane Hydro. Yamao smoking him out of the A cap. He's going to take some damage. He'll be able to get back some of that HP. The Henri, that's Ayase playing way far back. Took an AP salvo on the Brisbane at one point, missed. Got a little bit of chip damage, I think. No, didn't get anything out of it.
Yeah, I think that the idea with the Henri is ensure that the flanks are secure first. Then you can worry about moving in. Speaking of moving in, look at Nanase's Lucian. Look how aggressively he's maneuvered here. And Angel Sama can't do anything about it. If he was radar, he could at least radar the Lucian. Oh, okay. Yeah. Nanase's detected now.
Well, now they can spot him, and now he's going to have Z42 and maybe even Colbert shots coming in. Nanase opening fire here. A little surprised that they're pushing very hard to secure this kill on Lemon. 5,000 HP running north in B10.
Yeah, I don't like the idea of Nanase opening up. I think that was a mistake.
It was. Ooh, 560 HP for Lemon. One single shell will end his game. They're going to get it right here.
Yep. But they're probably going to trade Nanase for it, which is just a bad trade.
Yeah, I don't know why Nanase is continuing to stay open here, but he is. Angel Sama's got the smoke. All Angel has to do is turn, and I don't like this trade at all, Zath. It wasn't necessary to give up the Yang for that play.
No, and more importantly, ELSR now loses their eyes. They only have the Henri, the Clausewitz. They can only spot by people shooting at them, essentially.
Yep.
So
the push up the 10 line should buy them the C cap now. The Ragnar coming in, Suki's Howden Liu coming in. As the Brisbane Yang that had gone to A have rotated back, trying to respond to all of this ELSR force coming up the edge of the map. But I feel like, Zath, if I'm ELSR, I think I pull the Clausewitz and the Henri out, but they're still going.
Well, again, the problem is where do you pull them out to is one of the questions. I mean, if you back them off, then you're just going to have Z42, Yu Yang nipping at their heels the whole time. So that's the hard part about moving up like this, you know?
So Yilu's Henri is turning around, that's kind of what I mean, right? Like the Henri continuing to push, like turning and pushing west is just going to get him killed because he's pushing into 4 ships.
Right.
So they realize he's bailing.
Right. With the smoke here, obviously there's 2 ships in it. That's the Brizzy and the Colbert. So yeah, it makes sense to run, but at the same time, like, he's dead. It's just a matter of time.
Al Nu taking some blind fire into that smoke, drawing the Colbert fire off his teammate. Brisbane fire still going in on Yilu. Yilu's speed boost coming back in 20 seconds, but he's 70 seconds from a heal. He may not make 70 seconds.
Well, it all comes down to, will he take a torpedo or not?
Luger waiting a long time to turn through these torpedoes, but he manages to find a hole there. Howden Liu does draw some fire.
But at this point, you've got the Clausewitz kind of pointing bow in. He's got to find a way to turn around somehow. And Yilu did survive so far in the Henri as he's 35 seconds away.
5 RB ships have been herded back into their spawn areas. Check this out.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at that.
They've sort of allowed it. They sort of allowed it to happen. I'm a little surprised. Dog Punch is Lushun.
Wow.
We're gonna have a very, very, very close encounter with a Goliath here in a moment.
Yeah,
Does he have? He has RPF, doesn't he?
Who, the Goliath? Yes.
He does. No. I was asking about the Lushun. He does.
Yeah,
he knows
they
there's
both
somebody
do.
in front of him.
Dog Punch making a
Okay.
very smart decision to turn.
Yes.
He can
Bailing
control.
out of there.
Well, he's probably planning on backing into A, but the idea is now he can control that better. Now that the Goliath is detected, he's probably going to decide not to do that.
Whoa. Renown's Colbert getting dunked. On 5K, they've got him pinned, and he's out. Just
Great
like
kill.
that. Brilliant coordinated fire from ELSR. Takes down RB's second ship.
Yeah, that was a great kill.
Lushun. Oh, I see Dog Punch. So with the Henri and the Ragnar pushing Goliath back off the cap, or trying to.
Yes.
They were going to try and sneak Dog Punch in stern first.
Yes, exactly.
But the Goliath is just weathering this fire, knowing he's got that crazy heel.
And knowing that something is much closer than the others, right? Because he's got radio location, so he knows the Lucian is
There we
right
go.
there. And
Lucian's
Dog Punch,
reversing. Dog Punch going to vomit out some torpedoes and force the issue, force the Goliath out of the cap, or at least try to.
Yep.
90 seconds. Look at the Clausewitz and Yang, Zath. Look at all these torpedoes. Luger's going to just navigate. Looks like he's going to take two. Oh, he's going to get it. Oh,
He's gonna take 'em
no,
all.
He took three. He took three. He couldn't quite manage it. That's a big kill. Points RB badly needed.
Hydro does not make
They're
you
losing
invincible.
control. It does not. Just because you can see the torpedoes coming doesn't make them hit you for 0 damage.
I learned that the hard way with my FDG. But
Ooh,
anyway.
look at the single fire torps on Dog Punch. Oh, he's got it. No. Woo.
I'm looking at the Henri. There's so much going on both sides of the map right now. I'm looking at the Henri.
Yep, they're
Who's
gonna
stuck
lose.
bow in.
Yilu.
He's gone.
Yeah, Yilu's going out. Well, he's stern
So-
in, you mean? Oh, no, he is bow in.
He
My
is bow
apologies,
in.
but
He's trying
still
to
out.
reverse.
Oh, he's trying to heal through it. See
He's
what
trying
kind of
to
damage he
heal.
can get out of it.
Yep.
Takes a salvo with the Brisbane. Can he take the Brisbane with him? With his reload
would-
booster ticking.
That would be power. Oh, he does!
He did!
He does!
He gets the trade.
Wow.
That's a huge kill for ELSR, as now they own all the caps. 60 seconds now to an ELSR win here on Hotspot. Angel Samas Yang racing for the C cap. No one will be there to stop him.
Laumo's
Lerner's
Goliath. Oof.
just getting farmed out now.
Well,
3,500. He's
gets
dead.
on-
He's going out right
that's
here.
it.
There
That's
it is.
it.
That's it. That's the game. 15 seconds. Wow.
Game 3, baby!
ELSR coming to a hot spot and making it work.
What a game.
Nicely played by both teams. RB with the react. ELSR getting the timely kills. That big kill in the Brisbane there at the end. But there it is. Tied up. Going to game 3.
I have a very colorful death pick thanks to that Goliath.
Nice.
That was a
love-
fantastic game to watch.
I do love a little drama in my games. That was fun.
Well, so in the first game, RB was like, fine, you'll take the caps. We'll just out-trade you, whatever.
Yeah.
And then this game, RB said the same thing. But this time, ELSR found a way to just hit with the shots when they needed to, right? Luger coming in and just smashing, what was that, the Colbert.
It was the Colbert, I think.
Right, and then later the trade with the Brisbane, and then that was huge. Look at the ships that survived for RB, destroyers.
Destroyers. All the destroyers. Yeah, ELSR killed everything else.
That's right.
Yep.
Crazy.
Nice. Fun game. Fun to watch. Mm-hmm. All right, so we got about 5 minutes or so till we turn around for the next game. On my channel, that means you'll get a giveaway and ad rolls in this space. I'll go ahead and say this, although if you're getting an ad roll, you won't be able to hear it. Remember, guys, giveaways on my channel now happen on Discord. If you want to join the Discord, that's where giveaways are happening in between games. If there's not a game on the screen, as soon as the game ends, we start a giveaway over there on the giveaway channel, and it lasts about 5 minutes or so, and then we give out some loot.
Right, and on my stream, I just banged the desk. On my stream, like the whole earth shook for a second with the camera. On my stream, giveaways are done over on my Twitch channel. Thanks to Puddin'. I see he's got it going. Appreciate that, Puddin'. And a reminder that both of us are streaming to YouTube as well. So I always like to say, if you're trying to dodge ad breaks or whatnot, you can have 2 tabs open. You can have YouTube and Twitch, or if you want, have 4. Have both of our Twitch and both of our YouTube. That's the big ultra brain, giga brain. I don't know. Right? Exactly. We can't, as Raptor said yesterday, we can't control when ads run over on YouTube. But we can do our best to control when they happen over on Twitch, okay? So we will do our best, but if in the slight instance where it might not work, or if you just want to hear us talking during the ad break, like right now, there's always the YouTube part of it too, and you can see the behind the scenes stuff of like nothing.
What is it? Mr. Conway always called it do the monkey dance. You do the monkey dance in between games, right? You entertain the audience while there's not anything actually interesting happening.
You got it. You got it.
Yeah, we're getting everybody. They're like, apparently this is the only game 3 in the entire bracket right now. So, I'm actually curious. We should actually let's go have a look at some results.
Yeah, I'm looking at them right now.
Hold on a minute.
TSYMQ
today's results.
TSYMQ 2-0 JNMJ.
Okay, hold on a minute. I got to pull. Yeah, no. You're on the tournament bracket, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there we go. That's what I need. I need that. Bingo. Yep. Okay, so yeah, TSYMQ 2-0. Yeah. Rain was up a game. TWA was up a game. And then, of course, we know ELSR and RB are tied up. Okay.
Right. So I'm going to go into the bracket ATFD and Rain and see. Okay, there's nothing mentioned in there about any games.
Right. Okay.
Because remember, they have to submit their replays and stuff like that so that they can do replay renderings.
Mm-hmm. We have access to that channel today.
Correct.
One of the guys on Discord last night at the streamer channel, y'all, was like, is there a reason that the replay renders channel is hidden? And they were like, oops, sorry, our bad. And I was like, oh, I didn't know that was even a thing.
Yeah, that was pretty funny to watch. You know, it's one of the fun things about the tournaments, right? So
10 minute. We have a 10-minute break? Yikes.
Well, my guess is, I mean, it's a minimum or maximum 10 minutes. If people are ready ahead of time, they will start. This is what happened last game. They said, okay, well, we you got through 10 minutes. Everybody was ready early, so they jumped. My guess, though, I see Sailing Robin in here, which means, yep, there's the official cast. So
the official cast is in here. Yeah.
So that's the reason why. That's the reason why they're putting that on. They have to figure out who's going to be in here or not. We have a limit of 20 spectators, and they're between the casters and the co-casters. There's just not enough space.
Nope.
Now, hopefully, hopefully we don't get kicked out because we had this game.
We signed up for this match. Aren't you glad we signed up for this match? Thank you, by the way. This was your call. Thank you. You're welcome. By the way, before my TTTV blinked away a moment ago, I did see they updated. Rain did 2-0 ATSFD or whatever it was, the Asia team.
Yep. Which I saw they have a Singaporean flag, so that's really cool.
Very cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
You've been down there, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been to Singapore 3 times. My mother is from Singapore.
Never been there. Nice. That's what it was. I've never been down there. I've always wanted to go.
Yeah, she was born in Taiwan and then moved to Singapore when she was 6 years old or 8 or something like that. So I always said she was made in Taiwan. She really hated when I said that. Of course, that's back when made in Taiwan was a thing on labels, Anyway.
Have you been to Taiwan? Have you spent any time there?
No.
You haven't. That was a conversation that Ginger and I were having last week. We were driving back for something. We were one of the oddball direct flights that we can get out of Houston is we can fly direct to Taipei. And
Eva Air?
On Eva Air, because and Eva's supposedly a really good outfit, right? And and she's like, I'd go to Taipei. And I'm like, I don't know what there is to do in Taiwan, but I'm curious. Like, we should look it up sometime. So that's why I was like, if you've been, I'm curious to know what there is to do in Taipei. I have no idea. I've
talked to people that have been there, but I don't know anything beyond that, unfortunately.
Okay. future research. I'll look at some point in the future. I'll just Google it. Things to do in Taiwan before you die.
Yeah, so TWA did 2-0 resin. And now they've got TWA versus TSYMQ setting up for pick bans.
Yep. They'll get that started while this game wraps up.
Yep.
So they finally they're processing the replay renders for the last 2 games that we've seen. Mm-hmm. We don't need to rewatch them. You guys got to watch them live. Hey-oh.
No. And I do want people to know that they can download the replays themselves. They should be able to. If they go to wowstournaments.com, wows-tournaments.com, and then they go to matches, you can pick any match out there, and it should have the replay render for the game. If you click on details, there's the download. Yeah, there's download replays for both sides. So you can download one replay from KSC, one replay from ELSR, for example. That's what I'm looking at right now.
Very nice. You know what? I didn't know that. I just learned something. Very cool.
Anybody can do that. Cool. So teams, obviously, when they're prepping for next weekend, they can download replay renders of their opponents. And, what do they bring? You can also see what ships each team brought, and then who died, and the final scores as well, and time. All that.
They cleaned the entire spectator group out.
Well, they have to. They have to, right? Because they need to figure out who's actually streaming and who needs to have the camera. So,
This is one of many reasons that their camera setup leaves much to be desired, but what do I know?
Funny story yesterday, I was watching Warships Official, and they had this, they do a great job with the picture-in-picture. And I actually like how they've done the hybrid now, right? So they do follow one person's camera, and then they picture-in-picture from somebody else's angle.
Good.
When a major moment's going to happen, or they do instant replay, depending on the situation.
Which is what we had kind of worked with them on a number of years ago, right?
Yeah, the Rise and Warrior series, yep. So one thing was kind of funny was they got the camera set up, and they were expecting something to happen, and they're reforming the room, sounds like.
They had to reform the room, I think, yep.
Yep. And you know how it goes is you think something's going to happen, and so you're like laser focused on it, and it doesn't happen. So they had one guy looking, and then they had a camera picture-in-picture looking the other angle at 2 ships that are just like, you know what, we're not going to go, like around the corner. And then they moved. They took the picture-in-picture away, and at that moment, the thing happened.
The thing happened. Room is back up.
Gotta love it. I see that. Thank you. Got to get in there as soon as possible, right? Beat everybody else. Haha, I made it. I'm safe. You have been marked safe. Oh, jeez.
I thought they would up the number of spectators, but apparently that's not a thing.
Well, the problem is when you can do 20 and you can do 40. And the problem they have is when you do 40, the training room becomes incredibly unstable.
I know.
So I don't think they want to deal with that. And that's why in internationals for King of the Sea, like the finals, they would always give people slots based off of whatever. And that's what you and I get to deal with next weekend, most likely. I have a feeling.
If I don't get slid out for a game that I signed up for, if I don't get a spot, I'm going to be more than a little irritated. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to sit here and wait for them to figure it out.
Well, I'm saying something for you.
Well, that's fine. There were 6 of us signed up for this match.
Aren't you glad you don't have to make these decisions anymore?
Well, so I don't know that I want to say this on camera. Not that. No, I'm just thinking I'm yesterday I was expressing frustration about how the schedule for this tournament had been lengthened, right? We took what had previously been a 2-day tournament and turned it into a 4-day tournament. One of the ways they did that was they quit, they spread out the number of games, right? So you had fewer and fewer games playing concurrently as the streams as the day goes on, as the tournament goes on. When you do that, you compress everybody, right, into the same, all casting the same thing. And on top of that, you've got all of the other, all the other cameras you want to bring in, and so on and so on. So it's like, fellas, we'll see what happens. At least at this point, it's not the teams. None of this delay is on the teams.
No, but I mean, it's what happens when you've got room for so many, and you're trying to bring people in. So, it is fine. The important thing is, you're in now. You got dragged down. So.
So it looks like one of the things they're doing, because you and I are both streaming the game, but we do have people who are working with someone who is spectating the game and commentating the game with someone else, but is not actually streaming the game. It looks like they're keeping those people out for whatever reason. Well, I said that. Maybe not.
Well, so
anyways,
it
they
makes
seem
sense.
to have settled it.
It makes sense, right? The idea is that they can always just stream to their Discord, and somebody can watch the game that way.
It sort of does. It sort of does.
And if it's somebody that's riding along, as opposed to streaming with their view.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice of them. That is really nice of them.
No, it's in my mind, it's the right call too, right? Let's be honest. At this level of play, with everybody, doing everything, we really need a ref in there? Probably not.
So for those of you guys that want to know what I'm talking about, Turkish, who's reffing the game, took himself out of the spectator slot. Now, usually a ref spectates the game just to make sure there's no funny business that goes on with team comps and stuff like that. But with the situation, there's more value having that ref out, saying I trust RB and ELSR to not do stupid things, and that opens up a slot for somebody else. That is absolutely the right call, and that is fantastic to see. So, more of the monkey dancing right now, because I think they're trying to get it all. Yes, exactly. Trying to get it all figured out. Raptor, after this, where are we going?
We are going to it's going to be KSCCL down in the losers bracket with Turkish again. We are at the present. We are casting that game along with the official stream.
Correct. Right, and they are currently voting, so...
Okay, so by the time we get done, they should have it well in hand. I'm sorry, what?
Well, okay.
Are we serious right now?
All right, well, I'm getting pinged by... All right.
It looks like they're going to take some of the observer cameras out.
What?
I have no idea what's happening right now. I will say, if I get pushed out of a match that I signed up for, I'm going to be a little salty. Okay, they dropped. We're done. Well, I have no idea what's happening right now.
let's just put it this way, guys.
Let's just roll. Let's just be glad the game dropped.
At the end of the day, we're getting the game on. Both of us are able to cast.
Madre de Dios.
This is only going to get worse as the bracket collapses.
That's my point. Like, I feel like there should have been a plan for some of this already.
That's okay. I'm sure they're talking it over now. We have a game to cast.
Let's hope so. We do. All right. We should be on the regular A-B at this point because no?
Nope.
No. Somehow that doesn't feel correct, but whatever. Here we are. Oh, right. This one is not always default. This one is random. Okay, here we go. Zach, talk to me about the RB lineup. What do we got?
All right. RB has a Druid, a Z52, a Lucian, a Salem, Clausewitz, Yodo, and a Bergania.
Yodo, Zach. We were joking about ship the other day because it's only 9 points. 9 points for Yodo. Bringing the Bergonia again. I like it. All right. ELSR, solid win in game 2. Back on their feet, looking to try and win this series. Going with a 4 destroyer lineup. Swinging in with Dog Punch is Delny, Dazzle, and Range. Luger in the Regalo again, also running Range. Xiang's Trump. And Ayase's Habarovsk. Reload and a range on the captain's build there. Yulu's now in a Stalingrad, top grade gunner, and Reload not running range Stalin on this map. Suki's Howden Liu running unique upgrade, and then of course 8952's Columbo? Hashtag confused screaming?
So 8952 is Ulcer's Battleship main. We've seen him play several
everyone's
times.
stopping.
Before.
It looks like we're getting a restart.
I wouldn't be surprised. We sat in the training room so long.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, looks like we're going back. Okay,
Close game, could have gone either way.
Boy, guys, that was an amazing game.
Now, when there is a restart, typical competitive rules, you cannot change ships, commander builds,
flags, nothing. Everything has to be the same.
Right.
What? Okay, let's take a peek at this while we're messing around. Second verse, same as the first.
I have something to say, but I don't know if I should say it. I'm biting my tongue so hard.
About what? About me?
No.
Oh, it's like because I can handle it if you're gonna mock me. That's no big deal.
No. I gotta stay professional.
Okay then.
I'm just really glad that they figured this out.
I tell you what. Send me a Discord DM. That's like, okay, because I know you. If you don't get it out of your system, it's gonna fester. It's gonna be in there. It's gonna try and bubble its way out.
All right, there you go. Right?
It's the long-standing meme, Zath. It's you didn't say anything that everybody hasn't thought at least once. All right. Yeah, so we just continue waiting. Looks like
Please
everybody's
continue
ready
to hold. Your tournament
Please
is important to
continue to-
us.
Press 1 for English. Press 2 for Chinese.
First, you have to start with para hablar en español. Marque número dos.
Porque número unos. Because in my part of, I don't know about your part of the world, in my part of the world, that is everywhere.
Oh, no. We get that too. That's just the default. In the United States, that is the default. They start
Okay.
immediately with, thank you for calling this number, and then, para continuar en español, marque número dos. Which is fine. I get it. It makes perfect sense. You have people not...
Makes total sense.
So...
Oh man, I'm gonna need more water after this game. Actually, I might start drinking early after this game. He says, contemplating the bottle of whiskey he keeps at his desk, like, maybe it's time. Okay. Goodness gracious. Hey guys, we dropped again. Fingers crossed on this one. All right, Zath. Let's try again.
Right, and since both of you and I will be cutting or something at some point, we should probably go through the lineup again.
Yep.
Because it's fun.
We gotta pretend like this is the first time we've seen this lineup. So go
All right.
for it. What do we got?
All right, pretend mode on. So RB in this tiebreaker game is bringing with them a Druid, a Z52, a Lucian, a Salem, a Clausewitz. Oh my God, a Yodo Raptor, and
What?
a Vergonia. Yeah, a Yodo. Can you believe it? Our first 0.5 time seeing the Yodo in this tournament.
Indeed. Full torpedo build Yodo, I'd also like to point out.
Oh,
and
that's
one more thing I want to
absolutely-
point out. Salem is a range mod.
I like that. I like that a lot.
I do
actually.
too.
Yeah.
All right, bottom end of the map in red, ELSR having fought back in one game two, fielding Dog Punches Delny, Gun Reload and Dazzle Luger in the Regulo, going for double range mod on the captain, range mod in slot 6. Ziyang's Trump, a little bit of reload. Ayase's Habarovsk, reload when in slot 6, double rudder. No, excuse me, rudder
Propulsion
and 5.
rudder.
Yeah, propulsion, rudder, and reload, and range on the captain. Double cruiser here. You lose Stalingrad, running reload and top grade gunner, so going for maximum number of shots, not range. Suki's Howdenliu, unique upgrade. And Colombo, 8952 back here in the Cristoforo Colombo with range and spotter plane.
Right. And like I was saying
Now,
before, 8952 is their battleship prodigy, so fine. Colombo still seems kind of odd, but hey, we've seen him make shots in numerous King of the Seas past.
I will never question 8952's skill in a battleship, but I personally have always had extreme doubt about Colombo's viability in this format. The ship, in my experience, it can't hit anything it aims at. And so, as a battleship player, especially if you're going to sink 19 points into a battleship in a tournament like this, you got to get some value out of it.
True. Now, Colombo has recently been buffed. The turret angles are very comfortable compared to where it was originally. She does have the fuel smoke, or I like to call it the deep water smoke, which can allow it to sneak up on things. And I guess you could say in the current meta, radar isn't really a thing. You notice how few radar ships there are total in this tournament, right? Like in this particular game, there's Salem that could have radar on our B side, right, which we know does have radar, and there's the Stalingrad, and that's it.
Yeah. Well, especially in this format, radar ships are expensive, right? You
Yes,
can
exactly.
usually field one, but fielding more than one starts to become cost prohibitive in other areas.
So
Now-
I feel
Go.
like that means smoke is a more viable option for a lot of these players, and that's maybe why we're seeing Colombo being used.
So, Zath, we're seeing a very interesting deployment here from ELSR, and if I'm honest, I'm a little nervous for how spread out they are.
I'm a little
Now,
nervous
also-
for RB, frankly, but okay.
Well, RB looks like they've had a disconnect or something because Yakias is still sitting in spawn. I'm just noticing this. He's just chilling. So they're down. RB's down a ship right now, and they may, if they were the ones that had the problem in game one, they're not able to call for a restart in this game.
That is a significant disadvantage, and if I'm RB and that's happened, I am not being aggressive anymore. Like,
No. But I mean, look at them. They've still got 4 ships going to the edge of the map.
well, that's what I mean. Like, okay.
Stalingrad shots coming in on the Clausewitz broadside. Solid hit. Already chunking Ayase's Habarovsk down. Three and a half minutes in, RB still down a ship here as Yakeus is disconnected. The Delny as Dog Punch moving through A, capping A, now spotted on the surface by Angel Sama over on the 1 line. And here comes the Yodo guns. Dog Punch now realizing what he's up against. He's up against a tandem tag team. He is not going to hang out for any of that.
No. On the other flank, Delny detected, and they see that RB has a Z52 and Yodo over on this flank. And If I'm Yodo, I might just turn and charge. I don't know.
Yuli Stalingrad now caught on the Salem radar. If I'm the Clausewitz, if I'm Renown, I'm looking for the opportunity to get HE shells over the island and get this Stalingrad set on fire. He's going to lose it, though, as the radar drops him.
Mm-hmm.
Big, heavy-duty push on the 9-10 line for RB, who is still missing a player. KS's Luciu never having loaded into the game.
As you know, if you crash, sometimes you're able to start the game up and it will take you right into the battle. And sometimes it'll be like, nope, you're just going back to port. And then it says you didn't participate and you're penalized.
Well, but this is a training room, so at least you won't have that problem.
Right.
Colombo salvo landing on Revenge, but true to form, not much landing there. Revenge turning out of it.
Yeah, Revenge made that hard turn. Oh, 52. What happened to the 52? Torpedoes.
He took 2 torpedoes. 2 Delny torpedoes, no less.
Imagine having Hydro in a destroyer and taking torpedoes. That Hydro is available.
He could have had the Hydro up, too.
Yes.
Big mistake from Angel Sama.
This is the true COTS maneuver, y'all. We always say you don't press the Hydro button until you see the first torpedo. Then you press it when you're like, oh yeah, I have this thing. Angel Sama obviously knows there's no point in using Hydro because the torps have already hit him.
Because he just took the torpedoes, yeah.
But he's got Adrenaline Rush, so there's that.
Alba and Regulo over here just merrily farming the health off the Bergonia. Stalingrad radar going up just for info. Mm-hmm. That just provides them the location on the Salem. Doesn't show them where the Clausewitz and the Druid are on the 10 line. Dog Bunch is Delany still dodging Yodo torpedoes over here on the edge of the map. What is Yodo's stealth? Man, I can't believe how close they are. There we go. You can spot the Yodo now. Uh-oh. Nope, Dog Punch is okay.
I think the bigger issue is the fact that the Yodo breaks with like everything, and look at that, 2 torpedo tubes down from the first hit from the Tromp.
Yeah. Tromp guns going in as now the Delny opens fire. Yodo's going to have to pick a target. He can't fire at everybody. Al Nu cutting across the middle of the board as well. And where are 8952's turrets looking?
Oh, I'm sure he's salivating already.
Yep, he's looking to port, waiting for the shot on the Yodo, waiting to clear the island. They're in a 4. They know they've got these guys 4v2 over here, and that the Z52 is very low. Here comes the AP salvo off the Colombo. Big hits. Big hits on Lemon.
The Yodo is made of paper folded 1,000 times.
Yeah. It's made of tissue paper, paper mache, and hope.
And he's all out of all of that.
And he's all out of hope.
Oh well.
Well, Lemon's Yodo becomes the first casualty of Game 3 as ELSR pushing forward, realizing that Angel Sama's on just a sliver of health. Salem cutting through the middle of the board. Got Colombo on radar. 8952 getting his turrets turned, I suppose. No, he's just going to turn the whole hull. Faster,
might as well.
Simpler.
Now remember, he does have the 360-degree turrets in the rear, so
that's true.
That makes it very comfortable.
It makes it more comfortable to just turn the whole hull. Makes it faster.
Mm-hmm.
Stalingrad maybe looking for the Salem here.
Salem hoping to use the final torpedo, I think.
He's going to get the chance unless the Depth Strike comes in.
That hurt.
Colombo's stern turrets alone seal the deal. And with just like that, with 10 seconds to go, that's the game.
Would you like to revisit the Colombo decision?
No.
Although it doesn't matter either way.
Although I will say this. I mean, so I have for years watched this event and watched, frankly, master battleship players far better than I will ever be at the class teach me things about battleship. I will be happy to keep watching 8952 play Colombo if it helps me learn the ship better.
Fair enough.
I feel like RB kind of got hosed that game, Zath. I mean, getting stuck with the training room issues and everything else, they never really had a chance to flex, to show up in game 3. Feels kind of bad.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Crashes, disconnects are a thing. It can happen. It sucks. It happens in a tournament, but at least it's a double elimination, so they'll have another chance, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're not out of the tournament, not by long shot. But it is unfortunate that it came to that.
Right.
Well,
congratulations.
We will be seeing. Go.
Congratulations to ELSR for winning that 2-1.
Yep, they win. We will be seeing them again later in the event. We'll be casting ELSR versus someone else as our last series of the day, so it'll be good. It will be a good opportunity to see them again. In the meantime, Zath, let us follow the official cast as we head over to KSC versus CL.
Right.
Who should be done with all of their map picks. They were doing that while we were playing. So we have a map rotation.